Hey guys, happy Sunday. I hope you've had really great weeks. I hope you were able to get out and enjoy the sun. And now it's time for Songs with Mr. Levi. Let's do it.
Good morning, Fellowship kids. It's me, Mr. Levi. I'm so excited to see you guys on this amazing Sunday morning. Let's do some worship this morning. We're going to do 2 songs. The first song we're going to do is called He's Got the Whole World in His Hands, and that is exactly what we're going to sing. I've got a Bible verse for us, but first we're going to do the hand motions, and then we're going to sing, and then we'll read afterwards, okay? Here we go. He's got the whole world. So make up the shape of the world with your arms. The earth is pretty big, so try to get really big and make a big world. He's got the whole world in his hands. 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 Okay? And then it goes, he's got my whole family. So you're probably sitting with your family right now if you're watching this. So whole family. So point out all to your family. You can point, you can stretch your arms out. In his hands, he's got my whole family. In his hands, he's got my whole family. In his hands, he's got my whole world in his hands. Okay? And then the last one is, he's got Fellowship Nashville in his hands. We don't have hand motions for that, but you can still do in his hands. And you're a part of Fellowship Nashville. You can point to yourself and your siblings and your family. You can point to me, because I'm a part of Fellowship Nashville. So you just point to everybody around you. In his hands, he's got Fellowship Nashville. In his hands, he's got Fellowship Nashville. In his hands, he's got the whole world in his hands. You guys think you can do that? I know you can. Y'all are the best. Here we go. And I'll try to do hand motions with you guys, but I'll try to do it. Here we go. He's got the whole world in his hands. 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 Whole family, guys. He's got my whole family in his hands. He's got my whole family in his hands. He's got my whole family in his hands. He's got my whole world in his hands. Fellowship Nashville, here we go. He's got Fellowship Nashville in his hands. He's got Fellowship Nashville in his hands. He's got Fellowship Nashville in his hands. He's got my whole world in his hands. Whole world again, guys. Let's do it. He's got the whole world in his hands. 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 Good job, guys. I like that song. That song's fun. Oh, here's a verse for you guys. I found this verse this morning and I went, man, that's a good verse. This is Psalm chapter 95. There's a lot of chapters in Psalm, but we're going to do Psalm chapter 95, verses 1 through 5. Oh, come, let us sing for joy to the Lord. Let us shout joyfully to the rock of our salvation. We just did that. We just sang to the Lord. Let us come before his presence with thanksgiving. Let us shout joyfully to him with psalms. For the Lord is a great God and a great King above all gods, in whose hands are the depths of the earth. The peaks of the mountains are his also. The sea is his, for it was he who made it, and his hands formed the dry land. Guys, we just lifted up our voices in song to the Lord joyfully just a little bit ago. And that's a good reminder, guys. In verse 2, it says, let us come before his presence with thanksgiving. What are you guys thankful for this morning? What has God given you that you are so thankful for? Your parents, maybe? Your school? Your friends? Maybe? Your favorite toys? Beautiful weather? It's really pretty right now. I don't know. What are you thankful for? What has God given you that you're thankful for? And if you think about it, come before the Lord and pray. You just fold your hands and you pray to God. You say, God, thank you so much for whatever it is you're thankful for. Because every little thing you have, every good and amazing thing that you have is from God. How great is that? That's such good news. And it says it right there. It says, This is verse 4. In whose hands are the depths of the earth, the peaks of the mountains are his also. The sea is his, for it was he who made it, and his hands formed the dry land. Guys, the mountains, the seas, us, the world, the galaxy, everything ever created is God's because he made it. We are his idea. The earth was his idea, and he made it, and it makes it his. And how amazing it is that we aren't just like the mountains and the rivers. We were created by God, but we weren't just created. We get to have a relationship with our Creator, which makes us, that's such a special privilege we get to have. That's so incredible and amazing. Nobody else gets that, just us. That's such good news, you guys. Okay, that's a good verse this morning, you guys. The next song we're going to do is called How He Loves. I like this song a lot. We haven't done this one in a little bit, but this is a song that talks a lot about how much God loves us and how much he adores us. And that's what we're going to sing this morning. Sip of coffee. Y'all ready? No hand motions to this one. Y'all just sing along. Jealous for me, love's like a hurricane. I am a tree bending beneath the weight of his wind and mercy. All of a sudden I am unaware of these afflictions eclipsed by glory. And I realize just how beautiful you are and how great your affections are for me. And oh, how he loves us so. Oh, how he loves us. How he loves us so. Yeah, he loves us. Oh, how he loves us. Oh, how he loves us. Oh, how he loves. Yeah, he loves us. Oh, how he loves us. Oh, how he loves us. Oh, how he loves. We are his portion and he is our prize, drawn to redemption by the grace in his eyes. And if grace is an ocean, we're all sinking. And heaven meets earth like a sloppy wet kiss, and my heart turns violently inside of my chest. And I don't have time to maintain these regrets when I think about the way that he loves us. Oh, how he loves us. Oh, how he loves us. Oh, how he loves. Yeah, he loves us. Oh, how he loves us. Oh, how he loves us. Oh, how he loves. Good singing, you guys. I love that song. Man, I remember whenever I guess that song was really got popular, I think when I was in maybe middle school or I'm not sure. I can't remember. But I remember I always loved singing that song, especially the chorus. He loves us. Oh, how he loves us. Oh, how he loves us. Oh, how he loves us so. Guys, that's the truth. He loves you. Oh, how he loves you. Oh, how he loves you so. Guys, that's true. Guys, you will never fully understand in your brains. I will never fully understand. Your parents will never fully understand. Your pastors won't fully understand how much God loves you. He loves you so much. Take all the love in the world and multiply it times a billion, trillion, gazillion, and it is nowhere close to how much God loves you. He loves you so much that he took his son Jesus, who did nothing wrong. Jesus did everything right and did nothing wrong, and he had him killed. Jesus died for doing nothing wrong. Guys, we're supposed to die. We're supposed to die because we are sinful and we make so many mistakes. But God gave us a second chance. He gave us grace and mercy, and his loving kindness overflows onto us, guys. He loves you. Oh, how he loves you. And if you guys ever have that moment, I want you guys to hear me when I say this. I really want you to have your ears open. There are going to be times in your life where you're going to be hurting in your heart. Your heart's going to hurt. Something bad might happen, or something, I don't know. Sometimes bad things happen in our lives, and you're going to have hurt in your heart, and you're going to ask the question, does God really love me? Is God really there? Does he really care for me? I want you guys to listen to Mr. Levi. God loves you, and no matter what happens, he will never, ever, ever stop loving you. I want you to hear that. God will never stop loving you, no matter what happens. Do you guys hear me? Do you guys know that? Nod your heads if you get it. Yeah? I'm glad. That makes me happy. And I also love you. I love you guys a whole lot. Thank you guys for singing with me this morning. This is one of my favorite things to do. I love getting to hang out with you guys, even though it's over video. Hopefully we'll be able to do something like this in person someday. I love you guys. Y'all are amazing. You guys have done such a great job washing your hands. Keep doing a great job. And I will see you guys so soon. I love you guys. Bye.
Thousands of people came together to listen to Jesus' teachings. Someone in the crowd said to Jesus, "Teacher, tell my brother to share our father's inheritance with me." Jesus said, "Watch out and be on guard against all greed. True life is not found in what you own." Then Jesus told the people a parable. A rich man owned land that produced many crops. He didn't have anywhere to store all of his crops, so he said to himself, "I will tear down my barns and build bigger ones. Then I'll have so much stored up that I can stop working and relax."
But God told the man, "You are a fool. You will die this very night, and then what good is everything you have stored up?" Jesus told this story as a warning for any person who stores up treasure on earth and is not generous toward God. Then Jesus told his disciples, "Do not worry about your life or your body, what you will eat or what you will wear. Think about the birds. They do not plant or collect grain, yet God feeds them. Aren't you worth more than birds?"
Jesus also said, "Think about the wildflowers. They don't work or make clothing, yet they are lovelier than any king in his fancy clothes. If that is how God takes care of grass, which grows today and is cut down tomorrow, how much more will he do for you?" Jesus told his disciples not to worry about food or drink. "Seek God's kingdom," he said, "and God will provide what you need." God is happy to give his children the kingdom.
Finally, Jesus said, "Sell your possessions and give to the poor. A thief can take away treasure on earth, but treasure stored in heaven lasts forever. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also."
Jesus is our greatest treasure. Jesus left his place in heaven to live humbly on earth. Jesus obeyed God to set up his kingdom. We can give generously and trust God to provide everything we need.
Guys, I hope you enjoyed our Songs of Mr. Levi and the lesson. This lesson is such a good reminder, no matter how old or how young you are, that the Lord will always provide what you need. The birds never wonder where they're going to get food, and we shouldn't either. And we should trust the Lord no matter what our situation looks like, no matter what we think we want, no matter what toy or what car we think we need. We should always trust the Lord that he will provide what we actually need, and we can rest in that. Guys, I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you soon.